Now, the second paper what we are presenting from Bannariyaman Institute of Technology, and our different group of students from the third year, as a part of their project, they had submitted this paper to the conference, and the title of the conference is Sustainable Processing of Textile with Natural Dyes. And with me there are students like Pooja, Maria Ashwari, Aarti and Kirtana was there, and Bannariyaman Institute of Technology, these students are involved in the fashion technology department, and they have done this investigative work. Now, when you are talking about the sustainability, so this is the emerging trends in the textile industry, and how these trends have come because of different factors involved, which are the demand of the day: health and safety and environmental protection. From there the sustainability comes into the play in the textile industry. And we talk about the eco-friendly processing. Okay, so the activity in case of processing we should do that will support the eco-friendliness, both for environmental sustainability and also social and economic sustainability. Now, in nature there are varieties of compounds are available, like in the case of dyes we get lot of natural dyes from the environment in terms of different fruits, in terms of different leaves, barks. So plenty of such materials are available in the nature which can be utilized to get the environmental sustainability, and processing can be done in terms of dyeing, in terms of printing, and also in the case of finishing. Now, in this case the objective of this sustainability, if you see that natural resources, they play an important role to it. Okay, so natural resources of color is used in the food industry, pharmaceutical industry, and also in the textile industry. So there are different natural products or fruits, vegetables, those are available in nature, abundant in nature. So those can be utilized or those can be extracted in a proper procedure to get the dyestuffs or the biomolecules out of it. Now, when you are talking about sustainable processing in textile industry, so we always talk about the sustainable alternatives in all steps of textile processing. Okay. Now, if you see the statistics, then synthetic dyes, and it is around 10 million tons once a year is getting consumed in textile industry, and natural dyes in comparison to that is very little. 1% of the worldwide demand natural dyes are producing in the world. So different natural dyes are there, they are having unique properties with them. Those are basically phytochemicals, and those phytochemicals are there which are having certain biomolecules or certain compounds, that is flavonoid, carotenoid, tannins. So those are responsible of giving lot of important properties, and when it is applied to the textiles we get varieties of effects. It is not only the dyeing, but also we get lot of important functional finishes on the textiles. Now, pre-treatment of the fabric for that is necessary, because without pre-treatment this dye stuffs will not be absorbed on the fabric. So that's why pre-treatment is to be done in such kind of fabric, textile fabrics, to get rid of the impurities in the form of singeing, desizing, scouring, bleaching, mercerization. And in those processes also lot of natural products which are there, so those kind of products also can be utilized, and those needs to be investigated. Now, here in this study we talk about the natural compounds which are used in the dyeing, printing and finishing. We talk about the waterless technologies because it will save the energy, and wastage also will be less into that, and 90% of the water consumptions can be reduced if we use the waterless technologies to get the environmental sustainability. So effective dyeing of cotton, if you see that if we use the waterless technology, we will get 75% less energy consumption and 90% less chemicals. So that is the waterless technologies and the demand of the day to get the environmental sustainability, and different brands they are using these technologies nowadays. Now, with all these things in mind, if you try to see that application of the natural dyes, and we do classify these natural dyes, and classification can be done in terms of hue, that is predominance in the color, and in the nature we have seen that if we go into the natural category and the number of the dyes in different colors, we can get yellow. Many of the yellow varieties are available in terms of fruits, in terms of flowers, in terms of barks, in terms of leaves, in terms of roots. So yellow around 28 dyes, orange 6 dyes, red around 32 dyes we get it, blue 3 dyes, green 5, brown we get 12 dyes, and black 6 dyes. So these are the classification of the dyes which are available as a natural dye in the nature so far. And natural dyes, if you see the origin, the vegetable, mineral and animal origins are there, and 500 vegetable origin dyes are available in the nature to date, and they are in the form of, I already told you that in the root form like a turmeric is available, then in the bark form or the branches you will get a lot of such material like your sandalwood is one of them, okay, purple bark is one of them, leaf we will get lot of such material like henna, indigo, tea, cadmium, so those are the lemongrass is also very important into that, flowers, marigold, then tesu, there are a lot of such flowers, even the red roses, those are all available here. Fruits, there are a lot of fruits are available into nature, pomegranate, betel nut, so those are important fruits which are of natural origin and available in abundant in the nature. Now in natural dyes, when you are trying for fixation, one of the compound we need to use which can bridge the gap or which can make the link between the fiber and dye, and that is the mordant. And there are different processes are there by which this mordanting is done, and color fixation is achieved or color development is done in the application of the natural dyes is the pre-mordanting, post-mordanting and the meta-mordanting processes, okay, and we can get different colors when you use different types of mordant in different areas or different sequences. Now if you see the conventional and the new mordants, then we can easily classify them in two categories. Conventional category mordant are alum, chrome alums, potash alums, all these, potassium dichromate, iron sulfate. Then new discovered mordants, there are a lot of such mordants are available, stannous chloride, calcium chloride, calcium sulfide. So all this coming under this new category. There are a lot of natural mordants are also available in this particular universe. So those natural mordants also can be used in this process. Now extraction of natural dyes is very important, and there are different processes involved. This can be aqueous extraction, acid or alkaline extraction, then it can be ultrasonic, microwave extraction, that is also possible, fermentation, then solvent extraction. So those are the very important area by which we extract those dyes and purify also those dyes before application to the textile products. That is very important to get the purification, so that lot of additional or natural impurities are present in those kind of roots, barks, flowers, etc. So those needs to be separated out to get the uniformity in the color, and those impurities may hamper different functional properties also. So those needs to be removed from there, and we should get the clear solution of the natural dye, which it is a purified solution, we call it as. And then the dyeing process starts. Dyeing can be done with the post-mordanting technique or pre-mordanting. This is one of the figures where post-mordanting was carried out, okay, in the institute, and different color development was happened due to that. And then coming into the dyeing conditions, that around 1 to 2 hours and 70 to 100 degrees centigrade, material to liquor ratio was 1:20, concentration of common salt 5 to 20, GPL pH was maintained in alkaline condition, and then soap treatment to remove the residuals into that. So different colored compounds are developed into these natural dyes and the modern applications. Now coming into the case of printing, natural printing in case of screen and block available in India in abundance, and this is nothing but a localized dyeing, and sustainable printing is possible in different ways in different parts of the country, and mainly the screen and blocks are used, and different types of natural dyes are used into that sustainable printing with natural dyes. Now natural printing ingredients, if you see what are the different type of dyes are used. So sapanood, madder, indigo, they are very common into this. So this is the figure that we have used this kind of dyes in the printing, and we got very good effect into the textile substrate. So natural printing ingredients are available in nature. Then washing and fixation, that should be done like to eliminate the corn starch and tamarind seed portion from the particular textile substrate, and printing then would have been done with madder and sapanood and treated with some post mordanting agent, wood florida, so fixing the color on the substrate, so proper shade is derived from there, and washing and fixation. So all the natural ingredients are used in the process and got very good products. Finishing process, when you talk about, normally in the finishing process a lot of resin, glyoxals are used, but natural extracts like sage, tea, so many natural products are available, chamomile. So those things can be used here in the finishing process, and there are plenty of such finishing chemicals are available in the nature which can be used in this textile substrate as a finishing ingredient, which can really replace the finishing process, and some of the harmful chemicals can be eliminated from this supply chain. Now performance of the natural extracts, you can see that different performance standards we can derive from there, and antimicrobial property can be seen in this particular figure. So different natural extracts, they are having different antimicrobial properties into that. Now conclusion, if you try to derive environmental issues and pollution controls, okay, can be done by using these natural dyes. Widespread interest is there now in the natural colorants. They are having better biodegradability and higher compatibility, and microorganism, this also can cause degradation of the polymer chains of the textile material, so that can be eliminated by using these antimicrobial natural ingredients in terms of different biomolecules. So that is the conclusion part of our studies, and sustainable use of these natural dyes are there, and we have to identify the low cost production natural dyes, because otherwise the extraction process is a little costlier. We have to conserve the biodiversity from the biomass also, and we should not damage the environment while you are using these dyes. So that's all for today's discussion, and thank you very much on behalf of this Bannari Amon Institute of Technology. Thank you.